With markets looking good, but this is despite Brexit, despite predictions of low growth this year, even a recession here at home. Are we reflecting the mood of investors rather than the real South African economy, do you think?
Hi, Francis. It's great to be here. Just looking at the markets, you're right, we're sitting at all-time highs, and obviously this is also a reminder again to be always invested as a long-term investment holder. Like you're saying, we're having record highs in the likes of the Dow Jones index closing at record highs. It's a sort of a good time all around for investors, I guess. And this is obviously on the back of the news that the ECB might bring in some more helicopter money, so as the Japanese central bank as well. So there's a lot of optimism going forward, I guess.
Yeah, like a positive storm. And I guess for indebted consumers here in South Africa, what we've been talking about is the fact that there may not be a rate hike this year. So at least more chance than we previously thought for people to get out of debt.
Yeah, definitely. Like a lot of my colleagues have been saying, if you have some cash, if you have some debt, better settle that now while interest rates are still lower, because as soon as those interest rates go higher, it's going to be actually harder to get rid of that debt. So it's sort of like the central bankers are giving you some time to actually catch up on your debt.
How nice of them. The Rand did react to manufacturing data yesterday. That was very positive. We're expecting retail figures today. What is expected? What are you watching in terms of those macro numbers?
I don't really follow macro numbers that closely. We just at Vestact we sit and look at company-specific sort of results. That's what we pride ourselves into doing, and that's what our clients are paying us to do, I guess.
No problem, Bright. Let's look at the platinum miners, because they've had a few tough years, and we're entering strike season. But Royal Bafokeng coming out with some good numbers, and they seem to always stand out with better labor relations. And seemingly better results as well.
I don't know. I think because of the Royal Bafokeng mine, those guys are in terms of where they are geographically, they have an advantage compared to other platinum miners, because they were the heart of where the best platinum is, I guess. And it's showing in their results, like you're saying. The reason why they're up today, they came up with a set of numbers saying they swung to profit for the quarter, and that's good. As a result, the share price is reacting positively. It was up around 3% the last time I checked.
Does that have any implications for the other platinum miners? Are we still concerned about that mining sector?
Like we always say at Vestact, we don't like the mining space, mainly because, looking at the economics of mining, these are price takers, they're not price setters. So it all depends on what the platinum price does. And management can only do so much, to run their businesses. They can only focus on things like cutting costs, for example. They can't really set the price of where they want it to be. So that's a very tricky situation to be in terms of business-wise. Yeah.
Bright, all right, let's move to telecoms. We heard from MTN this week as Zakhele shares are maturing later this year. These are the black-owned shares. Give us an idea of what's coming, how successful this model has been. Will it inspire other schemes? What's MTN thinking of as well as its next move?
Looking at MTN Zakhele specifically as a BE vehicle, like you're saying, the scheme comes to maturity in November 2016, and shareholders have three options. It said on the SENS yesterday. Basically, option one is you get cash for your current holdings in MTN Zakhele shares. Option two is a mixture of cash or it converts to ordinary MTN shares. So these are the ones that are listed in the main board in the telecom space, the competitor of Vodacom, the guys that operate all over Africa and in Iran. The third option is very unique to MTN because it's sort of, I don't want to say complicated, but it's interesting for current MTN Zakhele shareholders. So the option goes like this: if you currently hold those shares, you can choose to hold them longer into maturity and into the new scheme, which MTN hasn't told us what the specifics and the nitty-gritties of that new deal are going to be. So, I mean, like you're saying, these BE schemes have created a lot of value for shareholders, and most of these things are 10 baggers for the patient investor. So as a black investor, I would use the opportunity to look at these things closely, analyze them, and actually get some skin in the game.
Do you think people need more time to consider these options? Is there any one that jumps out at you as a best option?
You know, it's a very interesting sector. It's not one I specialize in, but recently I looked at a lot of these because their results were coming out, and I think the Media 24 one, I think it's called Velco Mizani, is showing a lot of values. It's currently trading around 12 Rand, and a lot of valuation matrices are showing that its net asset value is valued anything between 31 Rand and 72 Rands, depending on what matrix you use. The underlying assets there, obviously, it's the likes of the paper business of Media 24, the build and the likes. But what's interesting is that it also the online e-commerce business called Spree.com, which I know a lot of people love. Spree, they love shopping at Spree, actually sits in these assets. So you get Spree at a discount, basically. So this is a good one to look at. I also like the MTN ones. They're currently trading at sort of a discount to their net asset value. Obviously now they're trading as a proxy of the actual MTN share price. They still have debt, I must say, a deferred tax liability of around 1,400,000 and ordinary debt of like 3 billion rands. So management will have to decide how they go about settling that debt. They might have to sell some, when they're unwinding the scheme, they might have to sell some MTN shares to take advantage and then before they distribute out to current shareholders.
Okay, so a mixed picture, a bit hard for individual investors to decide, but a boom for Zakhele shareholders. Finally, Bright, and very quickly, Pokemon Go is this phenomenon that everybody's talking about, people running around with their phones. What does it mean for Nintendo and the markets?
So basically, a quick update on that. Pokemon Go is that new app that you can go collecting Pokemons on your phone. So if you're a millennial, it's an amazing experience because everyone wanted these Pokemons in real life. So basically, it uses the GPS on your phone to locate these Pokemons. So the good news here is that the likes of Nintendo and Apple, which Apple takes 30% of all their app downloads on their app store. So it's good news for those companies because this, in terms of active users, Pokemon Go has been downloaded more than Tinder. So it's bigger than Tinder already, and it's only been in the market for 7 days. And Nintendo sort of needed that, if you want to call it a white knight sort of investment that is going to be a breakthrough for them to go forward as a technology firm, and I think this is the app for them. How fast this Pokemon Go is growing, it's almost as big as Twitter now, and it's actually going to get more active users than Twitter. The speculation in the market goes like that.
It's amazing. I just keep on thinking, what happens if your Pokemon goes in front of a bus or something like that? But like you say, incredible for these companies as well. Thank you very much. Bright Khumalo, live from the JSE, from Vestact for us this afternoon, and I'll be speaking to economist